unglued. They are hissing and spitting venom, and they're losing their, well, I was going to say that, but they're losing their shit. They're not losing their minds because they don't have any minds, but they're just losing it. And be careful with them because they are violent. That's why I say with the protection. They're losing all their ways. They're losing their drugs. They're losing, all their, their you know what I'm talking about. All that stuff. They're olding, they're aging, they're dying, and it's not going to be a happy ending for them. And like it says, with this Clarity Act, you can put in there with the Clarity Act, this ending is not going to be for everybody, right? It's only going to be for the patriots and the people that walk with God and love and light. That's who it's going to be for. So, we all have to be good out there, good for, our own humanity. And, we try to do our best. I feel bad for a lot of people that have got sucked into this matrix that can't seem to get out of it. There will be maybe or maybe not something for them. I'm not sure. But this Clarity Act is huge. That's huge. That's what we've been waiting for. Keep me informed on that. Let me know when that Clarity Act, I'm going to try to do some research today, but I'm in and out all the time, and I don't have as good of access to what's going on right now. All right. Yeah, gentle storm. I saw it on for tomorrow. Yeah, I think we're coming out of it. I haven't checked the weather yet here around. I think weather has a lot to do with everything going on right now because they just do not want people to have the sunshine on them. And remember, everything that's out there that's on the shelf is poison, okay? Just treat, whether it is or not, just treat it as poison. Any type of vegetable or fruit that you want to buy, make sure you go out there and buy a big box of baking soda. I think they're only $5 for a big box, okay? And just put you can just put a tablespoon in the bowl of fruit or vegetables that you're washing, and you'll get all that crap cleaned off of it. Any pesticides, any wax or anything will all come off, okay? How you doing, MB? MB Cha? Hey, Timmy boy. Alex, do you think that we lose power on the EBS? No. I don't think, no, because the EBS the power has to stay on in order for the TV to come on, in order for your devices to get all the full exposure and the disclosure, whether it be in black and white or color. I don't know what's going to happen there, but power has to stay on for that. They're not going to shut down the power, not the power grid, but they might after they do that, they might shut down there has to be a maybe flip over, and they might do this in regions where they have to swap over from the old matrix power to the new Starlink or free energy power being controlled and operated by SpaceX. That's all high level technology that's coming. That's one of the 6,000 new patents. How you doing, Raja? Or Raha? The amount of tradition those battered or battery operated cars put out is crazy. Yes, especially while charging. The UF or the EFIs or whatever they want to call it. I got EMGs. I got one of those counters with me, and that thing goes right off as soon as I get around those things. So I know that they're very cancerous. This is not going to continue. All those things are going to come down. Everything that was put up there was put up by the cabal. All these cars that were put out there with these lithium batteries, tag Elon Musk with it or whatever they want to, but I don't think it was Elon Musk. He might have something to say of it at that time. Maybe he was under black hat control. I don't know. We can't get into the specifics there, but I do know that lithium vehicles, electric lithium vehicles, will not have a future in our new world. It will all be about silver powered vehicles. I don't even know how long it takes to charge up a car or an electric car. I never showed any interest in it, other than what I was doing was trying to go out there and warn people that what was happening, right? Yeah, and like I said, if people can start washing with rainwater and any type of bottled water and stuff like that instead of using your showers. I know it's a pain in the butt and you're going to have to change it, but you're poisoning yourself with chlorine and aluminums and fluorides that they've got in the water. You don't want that. That's where your skin dries out and you get itchy and all this other crap that goes on there. I haven't found myself being itchy since I've been using the bottled water or the rainwater. And, all you have to do is go out there and buy a big plastic rain barrel or something. You can get the 45-gallon drums, pick them up, wash them out, and start filling them up with rainwater. If they're going to pound rain on us, then collect the water and use that for your plants, or you come in there, you can boil it if you want, but it's beautiful rainwater. It's all got all the minerals and nutrients in it already, and you can wash yourself down. And wash yourself down once with the rag. Make sure you're all washed, head to toe, and then just throw that in the laundry, and then use another cloth. And you can do that, twice a day if you want. Doesn't matter. I don't find myself missing a shower. I really don't. And people say, "Oh, you're not showering." I said, "No, I am. I'm bathing myself in rainwater every day, and I boil it in my kettle." And put it in a nice stainless steel pot, right? And good to go. Yeah. Let's I don't know, QLEN, is it? Or is it Glenn? I'm not sure what they're saying. He's throwing negative out there. Warrior, can you get rid of him or her, whoever it is? Please. How you doing, Joanny? We don't like to talk like that. We have no room for negative operators here. This is all about love and light. Okay? Hugs and kisses, everybody. We're all family. We might come from a different a world, a different... can't see him? Okay, so... you're right there, Mike Harmon. It's weather manipulation that you commented on. He's two back. Yeah, two back from you. The next one back is Joni, and then it's that character there. If you can, delete him or block him out. We don't need any negative people there. Hey, Soul, good to see you. I heard 107 said the old Fiat system will be ran alongside with the new so it doesn't crash. Could very well be. We have to take whatever Juan is saying very seriously. So, I think very highly of what 107 is saying. He does get to the point eventually, but the comms that he has is you take very seriously. So that could very well be. How you doing, Heidi? I made a ABN and more, and made the name a business. You don't want a bit. Well, You don't need a business name unless you want to call yourself a business name. That would be confusing. The calling card is for your name, for your identity only. I want to leave businesses right out of it. If you want to run a business, just put it on your first name. This is my business. This is who I am. They'll say, because we're trying to get out of the old matrix and having these corporations and limited companies and stuff like that, or numbered companies. That's all part of the matrix. Saying that, we can get around this and you could protect yourself by having a numbered company or all these other bullshit things. Just put your name out there, bro, right? If it's, I can't see who it is. Is it Justin? Just put Justin on it or whatever. And, you are a walking live man on this beautiful earth that you do not pay to be here. You are divinely put on this earth by God. Okay? And you be able to walk free wherever you want to go based on who you are. If you go into a courtroom, you call it, I am identified as Justin. They're going to try to say your first, middle, and last name. You say, no, I identify as I put on my affidavit to present this as Justin. Alex, what was the name of the mayonnaise you showed us? Oh, 1 second. Oh, it's all off now. Yeah, it comes in a plastic bag. It's from Japan. It's a plastic bottle with a red cap, and it stands about this high. I could show you what it looks like, but it doesn't have the plastic on it, or the wrapper, because the wrapper's had all the information on it, and it's in Japanese. You'll be able to find it. It'll be in the international, either in the international or maybe at the tail end of the mayonnaise. But don't touch any of the North American mayonnaise. It's real good. It doesn't have the chemicals in it. I'll see if I can post that. But yeah. It comes right from Japan. It's the Japanese food. They don't put up with any of the chemicals. They don't allow it. They don't allow Monsanto, or same as the Philippines. They don't allow Monsanto in their country. I doubt that that's what it's for. I'm not sure what you're saying there. Ninja Turtles were up on stage last time. At the Vanilla Ice. Okay. Oh yeah. Did they get booed off? Well, the Ninja Turtles, I mean, they're part of the operation, eh? For anybody that knows. I hope Amanda Nunes fights. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see what happens there. It's going to be a great entertainment card. Yeah. Yeah, I like Strickland. He's a true patriot. He's a wild man, that guy. Absolute wild man. Yeah, complete badass. What all Americans should be. Yeah. How you doing? Keep your questions in capital letters. What do I think about these industrial accidents in Washington State, 107, I guess it is, or somebody, 1 or 11 dead, many injured. Well, the industrial accidents, there's a lot of things. I mean, this could be just, an accident that happened on the industrial level. I don't think the white hats are doing anything to hurt anybody out there. These are just industrial accidents that are happening, right? Yeah. Thank you, Warrior. What do you think about people who say Trump is a puppet for Israel? Well, all I can say is that they can think whatever they want. I'm going to set the record straight, saying that what people perceive and what is actually going on is night and day, totally two different things. Okay, and people will react on what they see and visualize, and you know, because they cannot see exactly what's going underneath and reading between the lines. This war is about intuition, a tactical warfare. It's a guerrilla tactical warfare that's going on right now. And Trump is using Netanyahu basically there's NAZIs in Iran, there's NAZIs in Iraq, or in the little state of Israel. You do the math, right? And I think Trump is pegging one onto the other. It's called a NAZI extermination, right? And wherever else. And that's what's happening in the Ukraine. That's what's happening. It's eliminating the NAZIs of this planet that have had control, which have been, the NAZIs have been in line and working with the Democrats, and of course the other negatives, DS, which you know who that is, and the military industrial complex, UN, whatever, all of them, 3-letter agencies. I mean, it's a big mess. And this is why we've had to fight guerrilla warfare tactics, because you're fighting fighting the beast. They're going over stuff right now, what happened in Lahaina and the Palisades and all this stuff, that with this direct energy stuff right now, all that's going to come out, right? I don't even want to get into that, because that's just it's such appalling situations that happen, and that stuff that happened in North Carolina. All the flooding and everything happened up there. It's just, people have had enough. I'm hearing there's maybe a militia forming right now going after FEMA. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just here to, I'm a wheelchair warrior. How you doing, Chicago? Good to see ya. Hey, Sassy Lassie. Well, he was told that then you had to stand down. So there was that. I know Trump made a bunch of statements. He said, you'd be in jail if it wasn't for me, all this other stuff. So it's all part of the movie. It's all part of the drama. People want to get caught up in it. That's fine. But I don't think, we're only seeing 10% of what's actually going on. They're saying, basically they're saying, look over here and don't look over there, because over here we're cleaning up the NAZIs, right? Ohio will be 84 today. What a wonderful temperature. Hey, Belgium. Belgium is cold, eh? Huh. And that's very interesting. How's it going, Timothy? Yes. Alexandria, that changed everything. Yes, things are changing every day. How you doing, Hazel? Weather in North Carolina, in a way, cool for this time of year. I know it is. Yeah, and it's cool up here too. In southeastern BC. I'm just an hour away from the Montana border. And they're getting the same bad weather. That's all cattle country down there. It will send XRP up. Yep. There's going to be, when the slingshot is still getting pulled back, and you're watching this by the numbers that are on the silver. That means silver went down to 72. But it doesn't matter. They can do whatever they want. Yeah, it's conventional, unconventional, psychological warfare. Thank you, Ware. When this all gets released and that slingshot is let go, you're going to see a huge thing. And once that Clarity Act is signed, it's basically game over, checkmate for the DS. Spraying their hearts out here in the mid-eastern Missouri right now. They're spraying, but we don't know what they're spraying, right? It's really tough in the Midwest or in the Mideast or in the central heartland countries down there with what's going on there, because there is still some control of the DS that's in those particular pockets, right? So all I say is keep yourself protected, and make sure that maybe you and your husband go out shopping together, stuff like that. Just so you're not an easy target, right? If you're not married, grab a boyfriend for the day, whatever, right? Just so you got, friends that are, maybe a male friend or whatever to go with you, because you don't feel safe, because there's a lot of nasty shit going on right now. Hello, Lucy from Missouri. How you doing, Mojo? I heard Trump is getting rid of daylight savings times. Yeah, well, we're having the hours all messed around with there. I'm hearing right now that 1 hour equals 45 minutes, and we're getting back to whatever it is. Time really seems to be going fast, right? Don't you think? Yeah, it's I go through my days and I'm looking at my clock saying, geez, that is the day gone already? Yeah, that's maybe what it is. But the beautiful thing about all this is that, they have celestial chambers and crystal chambers and everything that everybody's going to be able to go through, get rid of all their poisons and diseases and all this other good stuff, and, have life extension way past 120 years old. Anybody that, doesn't make the chambers and whatever, then, there is another dimension for them that's going to be coming. I believe it's a huge reincarnation rotation, and if you are a divine soul, walking then through the eyes of God, then He has a plan for you. Malaysia is in the house. Welcome. Yeah, okay. They're spraying almost every day in Ontario, Oakville, Ontario. It could be something else, unless you take an air test or air reading. We can't say what it would be. If you're scared about it, just stay indoors and protect yourself indoors. And if you got air, if it's hot there or whatever, you just turn the fan on, close all the windows, and don't get don't be exposed to it if you're concerned about it, right? I think it's to the good. I don't think that they're going to allow, the White Hats will allow more contamination. Hello from Raleigh, North Carolina. How are you? Good to see you. Lori? Will there ever get rid of the DMV taking out property? Yes, they will. That's just basically a scare tactic right now. Everybody's going to get all their properties back, and then plus a huge reward of what's coming. I believe that. Yeah, Bright Rising, Alex from Iowa. Good to see you. Mom of I can't read the rest of it. If you just type your name in there, I'll be able to read it easily. Dutch Canadian residents in Malaysia. Oh, really? Interesting. So that's your an expat from Netherlands residing in Malaysia now. It's a beautiful country, very, very clean. A little expensive for me. I like the Philippines myself. Things are pretty cheap there, right? Yeah, but Malaysia's not too far away. And the big place to be right now. I mean, I love the country and always have loved the country. Is Vietnam. Absolutely beautiful there. People are just wonderful, and the food is great, and everything's cheap, and yeah. And of course, there's places in China, even, I mean, you can go into central China, like off the beaten track, and have beautiful, just gorgeous rice paddy fields, and everything's so groomed, and just, heaven on earth there, with a beautiful big balcony and everything else for maybe $30 a night. There's a lot of wonderful things that are out there that we are able to see and experience. But when you get back to North America, of course, or maybe even Western Europe, that the, media portrays, something totally different, right? So don't believe anything. I get most of my information coming out of Asia. I wouldn't say most of it, I'd say 50% of it. That's true fact, right? I like to watch them lose their shit. I know it is hilarious. It's just you see the veins coming up in their neck and their eyes are bulging and they're just ying, 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 ying. They don't like what they see. They don't like it. It's like putting, I don't know, putting a hot dagger up their butt. I mean, they are just losing it. I know. And it's going to get worse for them. Yeah. Yes, I know their A stuff is running out. I know. And they're losing that part. And I guess all the drugs are being shut down. It's getting harder to do. Unfortunately, this chemical being able to cook right on the street, they got to get rid of all that. But I'm sure they're going to be putting all them into a certain holding pattern and getting them cleaned up. Yes, XRP is Ripple. Yeah. Remember when Alex said they're trying everything? Yes, they are. They are trying everything. They're doing everything they can to try to stop our ascension and our transition from the old matrix. They want to keep us held in the old matrix. That's why you have all these, identity, false identities, and capital letters and whatever. I mean, who, nobody give me capital letters. I mean, that was just assigned to me. And, because our parents didn't know, when they registered us on our birth certificate, that we were automatically a dead entity. Our real name is who we want it to be. You can pick any one of those one names, except your last name. Put your first or second name and put it on your card. That's it. That's it. And my card says Alex. That's it. Okay? And that's who I identify as Alex. Right? I have that's just the way it is. Mm-hmm. Scams are everywhere. Absolutely. Thought Trump signed the Clarity Act. Has he signed it? If he signed it, this is a great movement. A very, very big. It's a huge calm, great advancement. Because the Clarity Act is going to expose everything, and that basically, even when the EBS comes, if the EBS comes, that means that whole, DS, dark matter is destroyed. We're waiting for that day for them to make that announcement that they're destroyed, totally destroyed, and all they have now is libtard crazies running around with their heads chopped off. That's all we have to deal with. And they're obviously they're whatever they're doing and exposing, and all the hate that they're doing is only exposing them. How you doing, Randy? Yeah. Yeah, I don't think, yeah, exactly, Warrior. I don't think it's yet. I don't think he signed it yet. But it's very close. If he says he's going to sign it, he will sign it. Why would the Department of Motor Vehicles take property? Well, because they're criminals. That's what, they're criminals, and they're taking it illegally. These people that are doing whatever they're doing is going to expose them. It's exposing them right now, and they're just basically lining themselves up for a set of handcuffs and a nice little cell at the YMCA, data center, FEMA camp, whatever. Right? That's where they're going. Their freedom and liberty is going to be taken from them, and for a long time, because they're evil. Yes, we need to watch Gitmo and whatever's going on in Gitmo. Like, the YMCA is full, okay? And any other thing, Tierra del Fuego, Guam, Greenland, other parts that I don't want to mention are all full. That's why they're building all these new data centers, because there's a whack of people still to come. And that's why I'm saying, stay tuned, because, watch for what's going to happen next. I'm staying positive. It's tough for me to be here, away from the Philippines right now, but I think it's necessary. And, they have to be able to communicate with power and the EBS. Exactly, yes. The power has to stay on. And I believe that the internet will be on, or it will be, you'll have a radio to go to. So make sure you got a radio. Because that radio has always been, it's on a different frequency. It's radio frequency. And they'll be able to get that out. And that's more analog, which cannot be manipulated. Okay. And of course, your TV. Cable vision, I believe, if it does go down or whatever, I believe, they will have also have communication coming through that. They have to get the EBS out there to everybody, right? How you doing, Tombstone? How you doing, Ava? And Heartbroken Beaver, good to see you. Mike. Hey, Douglas. It's been such a long time waiting for Alex. Getting hard to keep going. I know. Just, go work the garden or do something else. I know it's tough. Drop the, stay out of it for a while. I know things are tough. Change your brain, do something else. I'll need to take my radio out of my bug out bag. Yeah, well, that's, do that. I don't think we have to go anywhere. So, it's nice to have it handy, but you can unpack things. I don't think there's that necessary situation going on right now, unless you're in a blue city. But military will show up, and they're going to be telling you all to go sit in your house and relax. Make sure you got enough food to to enjoy while we're sitting this thing out, and stay close to your radios and telephones and TVs. Whatever, there's one of them's going to work, right? Okay. Yes, I hopefully it will end soon too. I mean, I think we're in the last 30 days. What does the Clarity Act do? You can look that up. There's a lot. It's all about exposure. The Clarity Act is taking the shackles off of all the financial metals, taking control of what's going on there. It's a wonderful thing. And we're going to, the Board of Peace and all this other stuff. It's all part of this thing that's happening. You're getting big resistance from the, criminal Republicans and Democrats. You're getting, resistance from up there. But once it's signed, then, their jig is up. Yeah, it'll be disconnected. I don't know, Tweety Bird. Hello from the Netherlands. Good to see you. I bought a hand crank radio. Good for you. Yeah. In case there is no power. Well, like it says, I don't think we have to go that far. I think we still have power. I went out and, like I said, I got a small generator and with fuel, enough to last a month. So, yeah, we'll just see how this plays out. I don't think we're going to get, it's going to be worldwide, yes. And, but I don't think we're going to be, as bad as we think it's going to be, except for the blue cities. That's where that's where all the arrests are going to be. Thank you for sending good vibes, Tammy. Hello from Erie. Yes, I wish we were in the last 30 hours too. They're trying too hard to suppress it. Yes, they are. The Clarity Act is regulations for crypto. There you go. Thank you very much, Val. It's I don't know if you want to call it a regulation or just a release of many things. We're going to see what the effects are of it, I believe. Did you or did I comment on electric? My daughter's called. Electricity will be fine when the EBS comes. I believe. I don't think it's going to go off. You're talking about electric cars? Yeah, the lithium cars are on their way out. I don't think they have a future. Yeah, we're taking the power back. What did Trump say right, from the get-go? He went right into the CIA office, right in Langley, and said, we're taking the power from the, from the establishment and giving it back to you, the people. Yeah. Yes, I know. Clean water and food is available. You just got to be very sharp. Just gather it up very sharply. Know your surroundings. Prayers for all. Yeah, for peace and strength. Okay, gang. I'm going to run now. We'll try to get